Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancien. I come and say hello. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I wanted to respond to a few questions. There is about space travel and interdimensional travel. For I've been doing this kind of practices, shamanic practices, for about 25 years. So I'm very it is a natural thing for me now. I used to live in the United States, and I did hundreds of initiation with groups of people that, and so we had experiences doing that. It is. I've also written a book that I'm looking for to publish in French. I will make an English version as soon after, and then I will be translated in many languages. For it is a universal interest, a universal practice. For as a creation, we already have the right to space travel, to move anywhere in the universe. It's just that we are multi-dimensional beings, but we have not been educated from childhood to understand those power and those abilities, and so. There is the book will help in creating those vortex of energy, those spaceship, those energy ship, those short form vehicle to use transdimensional, but in many sense there is already some advices that we can give for those who are interested. The first thing is to get in a state of receptivity, to get in a trance if possible, to remain in alpha state, to remain in a state, and then you ask to be projected. It can be in a connected to the sacred sites of the earth, like the Pyramid of Giza, or Machu Picchu, or any Mount Shasta, or there is many vortex. Can be the inner earth, can be intergalactic ships such as the New Jerusalem, the ship of the starship of the Ashtar command, the commander Ashtar. It can be the Athena, the great ship of the Arcturians. It can be Pleiadian ship, or it can be other planets. But at the beginning, it is better to try to use your projection to use that on the Earth before you attempt to go onto other planets. For there is great wonderful thing to discover in the Earth, on the Earth, the Earth is a multi-dimensional being, and there are all kinds of dimensions we have not yet discovered. So it is about asking your guides, asking God, asking the spirits, asking the archangels, asking the angels, asking the ascended master, whatever your comfort level is to be shown something, and then wait and see what comes to you. The understanding is to open the 6 and 7 chakra. Always concentrate your thought on top of your head, so you can reopen this door, this door to the sky. For when we are born, the soul enters through the crown, but the crown closes right afterwards. So we have to reopen it, to open that doorway, so that we can freely move in and out of our body. Another advice is to eliminate fluorite and aluminum. There is a lot of it in toothpaste, so you have to find a natural toothpaste. For that, in a couple of weeks, if you've been using fluorite in your toothpaste and you stop, 2 weeks later you will see the interdimensional experience will be greatly enhanced. For this fluorite is a neurotoxin, and it calcifies the pineal gland. The dreams are more happy. It's lighter, and so this is very important and also to as much as possible to be clear and clean when we travel, because the more pure we are, the easier it is to travel on the waves of inspiration. There is also what we call the interdimensional corridors. It is like a layer outside of the planet, on the upper atmosphere, where we can just project ourselves, and we can commune and communicate with all kinds of higher spirits from there. And we also have above our head a world pyramid. It is an ethereal structure, so it is easy to just project yourself, to ask to just project yourself and see what happens. It is a great place to communicate with God, with spirit. It is a very powerful place. So know that there is always all those structure, those ability. It's just a matter of belief and knowing that you can do it. And as you practice, of course, we cannot move from a physical, linear presence to a universal spiritual presence in one bold step. So it is a gradual process. Be patient, and but the more we practice, the more we move into this state of receptivity. We make a calm, because if we drink alcohol before doing that, it's not going to happen. We'll stay in our heads. And so the idea is to make as much silence as possible within our mind, in order to facilitate the project, and also ask to invoke, call on God, call on your angels, your spirit guides, and ask them to be shown, to be assisted in your process of transdimensional travel. And have no expectation, because if you have expectation, because what will happen will probably not be what you expect at first, for things have to come gradually. But things will happen as we develop that ability, that practice. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much for liking, subscribing, sharing. And if you have any question, do not hesitate. But it is a process. It is something that will unfold in time. There is a great deal of awakening. There are millions of people in the world that are opening to the heart, to the love. For love and light is the only truth we want to reconnect to. And those interdimensional travel are really useful, because when we project into a higher dimension, we bring a little bit of this light, this consciousness, and then we enhance all of our physical life. So I encourage you to continue to practice that. I'm going to pull out a card. For today, the card of the day is the Ace of Michael. The Ace of Michael, it says, marvelous ideas. Idea is germinating. Do not let yourself be disturbed by the bump along the road. Clear up all communication problem. So it is always wise to be. It is like the sword of consciousness. We can always. It is a light sword that we can use to cut out all those things. Allow yourself to get rid of all the karmic baggage and be free to explore. For after this life, we may choose to take a 10,000-year vacation to explore the universe, but for now we're here on the earth. But we want to prepare that. We already have this power, and soon we'll be able to teach that to young children, so they'll be able to grow with this understanding, and they'll live with this understanding all their life. They'll develop their psychic power, and then they'll give this power to their children, and then the world will be changed as a result. The painting behind me, I've made many paintings on philosophy and writing painting, and this one is a recent piece. It's from 2015. It's a poem from, it's an invocation from the books of runes, and it says, God within me and God without, how shall I ever be in doubt? There is no place where I may go and not see God's face, not know I am God's vision and God's ear. So through the harvest of my years, I am the sower and the sown, God's self-unfolding and God's own. Well, I thought it was a beautiful poem, so I used it in this painting. Then there's this like little happy Buddha here. I'm going to finish with a song that's going through my head. I've already done it, but it's still going through my head, and it's a wonderful song of a very, very powerful movie from 1940 called The Wizard of Oz. I recommend, if you haven't seen it recently, to see it again, for there is amazing keys and codes in the understanding of what of the programmation of life. We'll eventually discover the Wizard of Oz is the divine soul, when the veil will fall, for we have to follow that road, that central road that leads to the heart. And then this song is also about being able to fly over the rainbow, to be able to be free like the birds. How it goes like this. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream's ready to come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wakes up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow wide, and oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Follow the rainbow over the stream, follow the fellow who follows the dream, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful thing he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, thank you very much. I hope you practice this interdimensional play. It is a game for you. It has to be fun and just be in a receptive mode. Ask and you shall receive, and work and continue to persevere. Do not give up, for it is for life is an eternal motion, and so we want to move from level to level, to accept our interdimensional nature, to work with that, and to be receptive to whatever life is teaching us each and every day. I wish you a wonderful one, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.